Welcome to Urban Studios. We've got a very special car behind me, the 5 litre 507 horsepower monster from BMW. None other than the E61 M5 V10. And today I'm going to show you why it's one of my favourite cars of all time. Starting off with the M5, we're going to go through the history. So this car, before this was released, we had the E39, the 400 brake horsepower 5 litre V8. When this car was introduced, a 5 litre V10 was brought, and there's a lot of mixed opinions on this engine, which we'll get into shortly. The M5 comes standard with a 5 litre V10, which produces 507 horsepower. But this particular car is actually running stage 3 from Evolve, and that boosts it up to 556. There's a lot of mixed opinions on reliability on these cars, but as long as you take care of them, as long as you service them regularly, you won't have a single issue with them. This particular car has been to Paris and back. It's done around 20,000 miles, and the owner's not had a problem. When this car first came out in 2005, it was known to be a really shouty car.
There's nothing quiet or dignified about this. It's a very shouty car. Look at me, look how powerful I am. I'm a shark. I've got a fin on my back.
And that was because of the 4 big exhausts at the back. The saloon versions had a massive spoiler, the wing mirrors, the really aggressive bumpers front and back, and there was M5 badges on every panel that you looked at. To see an M5 on the road today, you got to be very lucky, because there's not a lot of them about, especially the estates in blue. I think there's only about 5 of these in the UK left on the roads, and that's the blue estates. The saloons, you may come across them more, but the estates, trust me, they're a rare breed. These cars today, they're not the cheapest to run. They're actually quite expensive. Servicing is about £300, and that'll last you about 3,000 miles. Fuel, the owner puts in £70 every 3 days, and he doesn't drive it that often. But if you're going to be dailying a car like this, you're going to be rinsed, let's be honest. When this car first came out in 2005, it was really ahead of its time. The M button, the active seats, heated seats, sat nav, at that time no other car had it. This car was fully loaded from factory. Not all of them came with active seats. In the facelifts, there were optional extra. When you press that M button, everything changes. You're no longer in a normal 5 Series. You're driving what feels like a supercar. The suspension gets harsher. You unlock a 6th setting in the gearbox, which gives you rapid shifts, which you'll never experience in another car. You get 507 horsepower from that V10 engine, a heads-up display so you never take your eyes off the road, and then these active seats, they'll hug you on every single bend that you go around. We need to clear up a lot of things about this car. There's a lot of hate about that engine and this gearbox mainly. Now the engine, as long as you service them, they'll be fine. You just need to make sure that they're serviced in the correct intervals. The gearbox in this car, the SMG3, there's a lot of mixed opinions on this as well. People love it, people hate it. A lot of people have been doing manual swaps on these cars because they think that the SMG3 in this car isn't the best. Now, mainly because people think that they're unreliable and they go wrong. But what you need to remember is that this is the latest version, and the one that went wrong was in the previous E46 M3. When have you ever heard of the SMG3 going wrong? That's my question to you. And nowadays you got DCTs, but the SMG offers you a lot more thrill. When you buy a car like this, don't be stingy. You're paying a premium for an M car, so you need to treat it well as well. You need to put the good stuff in, V-Power, put some good oil in, service it regularly, and that way you'll keep these cars in top tip shape. So the owner spent 6.5 grand under the bonnet of this car with evolved headers, evolved intakes and a stage 3 tune which pushes out 556 brake horsepower. Another mod that the owner's done, he spent £900 getting a custom E92 M3 bonnet made for this car. The third and final mod that the owner's done is a full hybrid exhaust system. Now this exhaust system locally is not too loud, it's not too obnoxious. However, once you go past 3,500 RPM, the V10 really starts to scream, which you're about to see. That's going to be it for today's video. I absolutely loved filming this car. It is my all-time dream car, and one day I will have one and you'll see it on this YouTube channel. Let me know what you lot think of the M5. Has your opinion changed on it? I would like to know in the comments below. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. It's on this new hoodie that you can now get for £20. Just drop me a message on Instagram or Snapchat and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.